A crucial stage of the season. Every point against every opponent matters as we try and secure one of those 2 automatic promotion places here in the Championship. We've got a tough test awaiting us today in the form of top of the table Bournemouth. It's episode 60 of the Redmont Rangers Road to Glory career mode here on E8FC 24. Let's get into it. So a huge clash against top of the table Bournemouth and promotion favourites, really. Favourites to win the Championship title here in Season 4 of the Redmont Rangers Road to Glory. Before we take on Bournemouth, though, 2 games to get to in the form of Bolton Wanderers away and Middlesbrough away. Again, the 2 games coming in quick succession, but we do have a nice long stretch off after that. So plenty of time to get rested up and prepared for that Bournemouth game. I'm thinking I might need to change the system that we play slightly against Bournemouth. I mentioned when we made this change that we're really making the change for the second half of this Championship season. We are looking to dominate games and establish ourselves as one of the best sides in the Championship. We're obviously not, if we go up, going to be one of the best sides in the Premiership, though. And amongst teams in the Championship, Bournemouth certainly, I think you could say, are among those that are better than us. So the 3-1-4-2 I think might be a little bit ambitious against Bournemouth. So we might look to drop into a 5 at the back formation just for that single game against Bournemouth. Starting out with a game against Bournemouth here, though, that we will be quick simming and that we managed to get another point in. So we're drawing lots of games here. We're not losing. However, we are dropping 2 points per game, obviously, if we continue to draw. Bournemouth win. Sheffield United, I believe, had already played a game extra, so they don't have a game in that particular run of fixtures. So we'll check on the table quickly, but we are still going to be behind Sheffield United in second place, but by how many points I can't quite remember. So we're 4 points behind them, unfortunately. So we do need to really start winning some of these games. A draw is obviously not the worst result, but it's obviously not the best result either. And crucial stage of the season, we do need all the points that we can get. So going to go back to that 4-3-3. I don't think we can play the 3-1-4-2 unless Barley Mumba is fit. And he's not been fit on the last couple of occasions. So we will. Are there any changes I can make to really try and press for the win in this game? We really could do with 3 points against Middlesbrough. I mean, I think we've got our strongest 11 out there. Don't think there's too much we can do to try and make any more of a difference in quick sim. So we're just going to have to keep our fingers crossed and hope we can get 3 points against Middlesbrough. And it's another draw. We continue to just put 1 point on the board while Sheffield United continue to win. So
time for a few quick questions.
Unbeaten for 6 games in a row, but really how important is that? We would be better off losing one of those games and winning one of those, an extra game. We would be better off points-wise if that happened. Unbeaten is not that important at this stage of the season. You know, an unbeaten run, yeah, it sounds good. But when so many of those games are draws, I mean, every game apart from the Portsmouth game this month has been a draw. What is that? 2, 4, 5 games. That's 15 points. And we've taken 7. So we've taken less than half. So, yeah, not an unbeaten run sounds good. But Roman Hewitt wants to go somewhere else. I mean, we were trying to decide between Hewitt and Baxter. I think Baxter's been the better goalkeeper this year. And Sheffield United want Roman Hewitt now. Surely I can't sell Hewitt to Sheffield United as well. We're going to have to reject that one. Our decision has been made for us, basically, with Roman Hewitt demanding a transfer. We will sell him for 5 million. We won't get that money before the end of the season, so that won't be added to the 14 million that we can spend on a player or two ahead of next summer. But that's not too much of an issue. Celtic also put in an offer. I kind of wish I would have held on and waited for that offer. That one's a little bit more realistic of a destination for him. I don't really fancy playing a 3-1-4-2 against Bournemouth here. I don't really fancy playing the 4-3-3 either. So what I'm going to do is set up a 5 at the back formation, probably a 5-2-3 like we played before. And I will see you there with the new 11 in just a second. So this is the 11 we will be going with for this Bournemouth game. Reverting back to our old 5-2-3 formation and system that really we made a trademark here in Redmont. So Baxter in goal, Josh Key, Caleb Taylor, Jesse Cartwright, Burke Reset and Barley Mumba as the back 5. Jamie Shackleton and Alex Lowry in midfield. And then a front 3 of Alex Petit, Josh Sargent and Eli Just. Tavide on the bench, Garbett Clark on the bench, as well as Roman Hewitt, who has made his feelings clear about being at Redmont and will be out of the door shortly. 11 points ahead of us now, Bournemouth in first place. So 13 games left to go. You'd probably say they are out of reach. Although with a win here, you never know. Well, that would bring it back to 8 points. And they would be within reach with 12 games remaining, I would say. 12 games and 8 points is certainly not insurmountable. But with the run of form and just the consistent form that Bournemouth have shown over the course of this season, it probably would be unfair for us to expect to catch them up. Really strong 11 for Bournemouth here. Senesi and Mepham centre-back, Ryan Ait-Nouri. They've got Mateus Nunez on the left-hand side. Patino, Tyler Adams in midfield. I think I had a quick look at the top scorers in the league, and I think they had 4 of the top, I think, 7 or 8 scorers in the Championship, Bournemouth. So a really free scoring team. Solid defensively as well. It's going to be a really, really difficult game here at Redmont Arena. We obviously are going to try our best to win. This game would be one where actually I'd probably be happy enough with a point. Well, and depending on Sheffield United's result. You know, if Sheffield United lose and we get a point against Bournemouth, I think that would be a scenario we couldn't be too unhappy with. We are obviously going to try our best to win, though. Josh Sargent up front on his own for the first time then. His first time out in this 5-2-3 formation. And so we'll see how he gets on being the lone striker as opposed to being one of a pair. Alex Petit steals the ball away on the right-hand side. Josh Sargent immediately in the box in space and fires Redmont Rangers into the lead within 2 minutes. Josh Sargent puts Redmont Rangers ahead against top of the table Bournemouth with 1.5 minutes on the clock, 90 seconds into the game. Alex Petit steals the ball away on the right-hand side. Plays it inside to Josh Sargent, who's taken up a great area between 2 Bournemouth centre-backs. And he shows great composure to slot the ball past the Bournemouth goalkeeper with his left foot. And somehow, this was not the start I was expecting, but somehow, within 2 minutes, we are 1-0 up. What a great start to the game. Really glad we started with this 5 at the back formation now. And Alex Lowry is stolen the ball away this time. There was a hand in there, ref. There was a hand. So we're going to have to really focus on defending well. If we defend well for 90 minutes, we win this game. We've basically come out of the changing rooms with a 1-goal lead. If we defend for 90 minutes, we win. We just need to play sensible football. Really good play. Poor pass in the end. Really good play early, though. Good build-up. Poor final pass. Should have released it earlier. And Bournemouth are in down this right-hand side. Ryan Ait-Nouri. Fantastic defending. Josh Key and Alex Petit can come away. Ait-Nouri is certainly faster than him. And again, we just couldn't release the ball quickly enough. And Josh Sargent would have been offside. Big win from Burke Reset. Alex Lowry can't bring the ball down in midfield. Jesse Cartwright holds up the Bournemouth attack. And here are Bournemouth playing their passing game. They're a really good side, Bournemouth. They've been top of the table for basically the entire season for a reason. Eli Just on the field today as well. It's been a while since we've seen him. Doesn't really have a position in the new system. And I mean, potentially the new system might not be a permanent thing, something that we do 100% of the time. Because obviously we have built the club really on this 5-2-3 that we are playing today. And against teams who, you know, we would expect to have a difficult time against, I do prefer the 5-2-3. We're more robust, we're more secure and solid defensively. The 3-5-2 is better going forward. We saw some really smart, efficient, well-crafted passing moves in the last episode against Portsmouth. We don't really have that available to us in the 5-2-3, but we certainly are more secure defensively. We are more difficult to break down. So against teams like Bournemouth, I think we have to have that option available still. That's why I'm not eager to move on from guys like Brendan Clark and even Eli Just yet. Just as I talk about how secure we are defensively, Bournemouth equalise. We can't move on from all of our wingers because we do need them available for when we do want to play this system. It's a great move. It's a great dummy there in the box as well. Looked as though the initial Bournemouth player there was going to take it on, number 8. Not sure who that is. Just left it for Patino, I think it was. And about 16 minutes into the game, it is level again. Disappointing to concede, but Bournemouth a very good side. Really good passing move. I don't think we did too much wrong there, to be honest. It's just sometimes you have to tip your hat and say this is a very good team. They're going to create chances. They're going to score goals. We just have to try and do what we can to get our own goals and to try and prevent them from scoring too many. Good pressure from Josh Sargent. That is something that he can do relentlessly. As can Eli Just. Can't quite manage to come away with the ball on the left-hand side there, but he does manage to secure a Redmont throw-in. Nice feet from Alex Lowry, and he shoots from outside the box. It's a good shot, and it's on target. Goalkeeper down well to make the save, though. Fairly routine save, but really good feet from Alex Lowry. Managing to find a bit of space and get the shot off. Alex Petit is in a lot of space on this right-hand side. Well cut out by Aiton Nouri, though. He puts his goalkeeper in a difficult situation there. Alex Lowry is just trying to find room on the edge of the box again there. Couldn't that time. Oh, and Josh Key again just gets caught out. Nunez comes away with it down the right-hand side. Caleb Taylor is with him for company, trying to stop a cross. He just pulls it back and it's out of play. Alex Petit wants the ball quickly, but I don't mind slowing down a little bit here. Really, really poor pass from Jesse Cartwright. It's invited pressure here where it really wasn't needed. And we could be in trouble if we don't manage to deal with this. Josh Key at the back post does, though. Bad pass from Jesse Cartwright. Again, it's still an area of his game where he needs to develop. Oh, Josh Sargent couldn't quite bring it down. Good pressing from Sargent and Just. Can't quite nick the ball away there, but really good teamwork there in the press. Each taking a really good angle and just closing in on the Bournemouth defenders. Same again here, and we do force a mistake this time. Josh Sargent finds Jamie Shackleton, who shoots. Good save from the goalkeeper. The shot probably a bit close to him. But promising signs from Redmont Rangers as we approach the half-hour mark. Jamie Shackleton, who took the shot, is going to put the cross in. Aimed at the near post for Alex Petit. Again, what a great save by the goalkeeper. Managing to get across with a strong hand and parry that one away. Alex Petit is surprisingly dangerous in the air. He's not a big player. He's not particularly strong either, but somehow he just manages to leap higher than everybody else and get a solid contact with the header. Game has quietened down just a little bit. Couple of chances for us there, but not exactly an end-to-end game. Poor defending there, though. We've let Bournemouth in, and thankfully Jesse Cartwright does enough to force the Bournemouth player into a shot, and he rushes it and pulls it wide. Poor defending there, though. We left the Bournemouth player in too much space. One pass split us open there. Nicely worked. Alex Lowry again taking up a good position. He's had a good first half, Alex Lowry. Just needed Alex Petit to make a better run there. Josh Key puts it in early. Josh Sargent knocks it down for Shackleton on the edge of the box. And I'm not sure how there's not a foul in there. He's trying to bring the ball down, and the Bournemouth player's all over him. Could have done with a free kick on the edge of the box in that situation. Good defending from Josh Key. Nunez somehow manages to beat him to the ball, though. Again, it's resilient defending from Josh Key, though, and he does manage to grab the ball back and clear. Josh Sargent getting in on the action now. Good challenge from Burke Reeser, and Eli Just can come away with it now. Bali Mumba's outside him. Just going to try and draw the Bournemouth players in, and he does manage to do that. Jamie Shackleton up in support, and he squares it for Josh Sargent. He should have taken the shot on himself. Jamie Shackleton trying to find Josh Sargent, the striker. You would obviously prefer the ball to be at his feet in that situation. Good ball in. Josh Sargent lays it off. And the referee stopped the game. It's going to be a free kick for some reason. I didn't see anything in there. Jamie Shackleton had an opportunity there to strike, and he was too unselfish. He laid it off for Josh Sargent, but there were two Bournemouth defenders around him. Obviously, it's not a given that Jamie Shackleton would have scored there. It's not a given that he even would have got the shot on target, but I think taking a shot would have been the better option. About 5 minutes to go to half-time then. There's going to be a little bit of added time as well, I would imagine, but not too much. It's been a decent first half. Fairly promising for Redmont Rangers. Disappointed to concede after we went up so early, obviously, but Bournemouth a very good side. I don't think we were going to completely shut them out for the entire game. They were always going to create opportunities, and we were always going to be lucky if they didn't manage to take any. We could possibly take an opportunity of our own here. At the end of the first half, Alex Petit, goalkeeper saves. Josh Sargent puts it into the side netting. The angle was always getting more and more narrow, and Josh Sargent just couldn't wrap his foot around it. I really hope we don't come to rue one of those two opportunities by the end of this game. Really good play from Alex Lowry. Josh Sargent probably should have buried that. Just couldn't wrap his left foot around it enough as the angle grew more and more narrow. Josh Sargent plays it wide to Bali Mumba, though. Got players at the back post, one of whom is Alex Lowry. Just lays it off. Bournemouth managed to clear, and we're going to have to be careful here that we don't get caught on a counter-attack with the last attack of the game. And it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. Burke Reeser, stay in the central position. Bali Mumba's got it covered. Great challenge from Bali Mumba. Does go out for a throw-in, though. Danger still not clear. Barley Mumba again with a fantastic challenge. Again, it's a throw-in, but Barley Mumba continues to impress. Gonna have to get out to that. Oh, it's a nice little back heel to find a bit of space. Goalkeeper needs to come out, and he does. Makes a great save. Fantastic save, Nathan Baxter. And it is 1-1 at half-time. It's been a really, really good first half. Entertaining first half for the neutral. Charlie Patino with Bournemouth's goal. Josh Sargent with Redmont Rangers' goal just 2 minutes into the game. And a fairly even contest. Bournemouth with a lot more possession, but we've been clinical on the counter-attack and we've created plenty of opportunities of our own. Only had us down for 3 shots there, but we've worked the ball into dangerous areas a number of times as well. Not always managing to get a shot off, but we've created opportunities for certain. Good little run from Alex Petit in behind there. Nuri's going to have plenty of pace to get there. And Bournemouth put it into their own net! How on earth has that happened? The goalkeeper's had an absolute nightmare. Josh Sargent doesn't know what to make of it either. And I cannot believe what I've just seen. Bournemouth, I suppose, felt sorry for us. They said, we spotted you a goal basically at the start of the first half. We will spot you one here in the beginning of the second half as well. The Bournemouth defender plays it back towards the goalkeeper. He just gets caught up on the post. Stretches to try and prevent the ball from going into the net. But it's an absolute disaster. Ryan Nuri passing the ball into his own goal to begin this second half. Conspiracy theorists will say that sports betting has ruined the game. Match fixing is now the biggest issue facing football, and it's going to be difficult to argue against them when you see things like that. We need to get our heads back on, though. And Jamie Shackleton comes away with it. Bournemouth all over the place now at the start of the second half. Eli just with the ball on the left side. Can't quite find the room to cross. Josh Sargent outnumbered by Bournemouth players in the box. Jamie Shackleton again with the ball at his feet. Can't quite find the room to generate a shot, so Josh Key will put the ball into the box instead. It's a Redmont Rangers corner. And that's really invigorated the Redmont Rangers players and the fans. A 2-1 lead now as Jamie Shackleton stands over the ball by the corner flag. It's cleared by Bournemouth initially. Alex Petit will pick it up though. He'll drift inside and curl a shot towards the far corner, blocked on the edge of the box by a Bournemouth player. Unbelievable start to the first half and to the second half. What a crazy game this has been so far. And Bournemouth really pressing now. There was 5 or 6 players there that looked as though they were going to try and win the ball back. They do leave themselves exposed though. Alex Petit again in space on this right hand side, just puts it into the box. Josh Sargent is just so isolated in the box by himself though. I don't think that's going to be a winning strategy for us, working it wide and crossing early, because Bournemouth have just been dealing with those kind of situations all game long really. So I'll say it again, I said it in the first half, if we just defend for 90 minutes we win this game. We have defended well. Bournemouth have scored, but I mean it was a well worked goal by a group of good players. We defended well, they just attacked better. We have to continue to defend well in this second half. So a free kick in a dangerous position for Bournemouth. They do play it short, which I would say probably helps us out. Josh Key wins it back and Bournemouth put it out for a goal kick. So Bournemouth actually taking on Chelsea in their next fixture. I imagine that must be an FA Cup game. I suppose potentially it could be a Carabao Cup game. But if it was the Carabao Cup, that would be very deep into that competition. There's Alex Petit making a run in behind again. We'll see how Ait-Nouri deals with it this time. He deals with it much better. Headering the ball back to the goalkeeper this time. Josh Sargent picks the ball up. Kenny, win it back. He can't. He's strong in those kind of areas, but fortunate for the Bournemouth player. Oh, really nicely worked from Bournemouth there. Caleb Taylor steps up to try and make a challenge. Josh Key on the right-hand side deals with it well. Oh, a poor pass. Really poor pass from Burke Reeser. We've done that too many times. And that's good. Josh Key on the overlapping run. Alex Petit finds him. We've done that too many times. We tried to play the ball out from defence into midfield, and we've just got it all wrong. We don't have the best defenders with the ball at their feet. They're very strong defensively, very strong in the air, but not the best with the ball at their feet. That is something we do need to continue to be aware of. Oh, and Josh Key gives the ball away. Caleb Taylor can't get there. Gonna have to try and delay this counter-attack, and we do that really well. Alex Lowry and Jamie Shackleton combining there in midfield. Eli Just is onside. Josh Sargent needs to get in the box. Alex Lowry makes a really good run, but the cross just glides over his head. Good play from Alex Lowry to pick the ball back up immediately, though. Jamie Shackleton, Jesse Cartwright, Burke Reeser in some space. Wiley Mumba picks it up. We've played really well since taking the lead. We've enjoyed possession. We've defended well. We haven't caused Bournemouth too many issues since taking the lead again, but they haven't caused us too many issues either. We'll make a couple of changes as we are 70 minutes into the game. We could do with making 2 changes in centre midfield, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. Lewis Baker coming on and Matthew Garbett coming on. I think I will bring Brendan Clark on for Eli Just on that left-hand side as well. So a triple substitution here late in the game. As we just try and see this game out. Don't need to push too hard for a third goal, although that obviously would make things more comfortable in these last 20 minutes. I would be happy enough, though, if we just defended well and didn't concede. Really, really good defending. Bit of a misplaced pass there by Lewis Baker, but it's into a safe area, so it doesn't matter too much. Josh Key again comes away with it. We've found some joy down this right-hand side. Alex Petit was just offside, so even if he did manage to make it to the ball there before it went out of play, it would have been pulled back regardless. Oh, Matthew Garbett. Just trying to slide in and nick the ball away there. Just out of his reach, though. Bournemouth have been far worse going forward in this second half. They haven't managed to cause us too many problems. They were very good in the first half, but they've been less threatening in this second period. Good defending, Matthew Garbett. Alex Petit away on the right-hand side. Josh Sargent puts far too much on it, and it's going to roll out for a goal kick. Samson Tavide probably going to come on shortly. I think I might bring him on the left-hand side rather than up front for Josh Sargent. Alex Petit is starting to tire a little bit, and I could do with 3 fresh pairs of legs up front to continue to press Bournemouth. So I think it's going to be Alex Petit off, Samson Tavide on, Brandon Clark going over to the right-hand side. Josh Sargent strikes and it goes out for a corner. We're going to make that change now. if it will let me, which eventually it does. So Josh Sargent, not the freshest, but he's got more stamina than the other options that we have. So Tavide on the left, Clark on the right, and Sargent through the middle. It's been a good performance from Alex Petit. We are grooming him for that change into centre midfield, but good performance out wide for him today. And Josh Sargent is in there with an overhead kick and he scores! What a goal from Josh Sargent! And he doubles his tally for the game. Doubles the Redmont Rangers lead. Makes it 3-1 with a spectacular overhead kick. Caleb Taylor it was with the initial header. Just looped up into the air. And Josh Sargent, with 2 Bournemouth defenders in the vicinity, performs an acrobatic finish and probably secures the game for Redmont Rangers here. 78 minutes in, 2-goal lead, 3-1 to Redmont. All we've got to do now is defend. Caleb Taylor injured during that corner kick. It was his header initially that caused the ball to loop up into the air for Josh Sargent to eventually get on the end of. Good save from Nathan Baxter. It's near post. We're going to have to keep an eye on that Caleb Taylor injury. In fact, I might slow the game down a little bit and make a change here. I don't want to take any risks. We do still have one change left to make. So it's going to be Gerald Dorset coming in for the potentially injured Caleb Taylor. At the very least, he's got a knock. But it could potentially be something more serious than that. So we'll bring him off and hope that after the game we find out that it's not too serious. He's an important player in that back line. We do have cover in the form of O'Hora and Dorset. But Caleb Taylor is certainly a better option than both of those. So we could certainly use him over the next few games. Really good from Josh Sargent. He wins the ball back and sets Brendan Clark away. Cuts it inside to Matthew Garbutt. Just really good run from him. Strikes across goal. Bit of chaos in the Bournemouth box there. And we continue to press high. Clark in a bit of space. Can he get a shot off? He's got some pace. He does get a shot off, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. That really could have put us out of sight there with a little more than 5 minutes to play. Josh Sargent again with the ball at his feet. It's a good run from Samson Tavide from that left-hand side, but Sargent couldn't find him. What a promising second half it's been. Really good performance. Tavide in the box, the goalkeeper with a diving effort to clear the ball. We've played so well in this second half. We were absolutely gifted 2 goals by Bournemouth. They were asleep to begin the first half and just let Josh Sargent run through and tap the ball into the net. The second half was even worse. Ryan Aït-Nouri just passing the ball into the net and the goalkeeper running into his own post. It was a calamity of errors. But we've taken full advantage of the mistakes that Bournemouth have made, and we've played really well independent of those mistakes. Worthy victors today, I think. Maybe people would disagree. Well, Lumumba's going to have to clear, and he does well. Josh Sargent wins the ball. Samson Tavide can come away with it and just kill the game by running the ball towards the corner. He's not quite going to make it all the way down to the Bournemouth corner area. Brendan Clark with a great run. Matthew Garbutt can't find him. So poor pass. It was the right run from Brendan Clark. Just down into that area by the Bournemouth corner flag. And we do look so secure and so strong in this 5-2-3. It's starting to make me doubt whether the 3-1-4-2 is the way to go. I think we're going to have to continue to experiment over the course of the season. And like I said, it is, of course, a possibility that we could alternate between the systems depending on the opposition. But it's been a really strong performance in the old 5-2-3 that we're used to. Referee about to blow his whistle any minute now, you would say. And there it is. Redmont Rangers 3-1 winners over top of the table Bournemouth. What a performance. What a performance. A really exciting game. A really entertaining game. That would have been a fun one for the fans to watch. Bournemouth fans obviously would have enjoyed it. The Redmont fans, sorry, would have enjoyed it a little more than the Bournemouth fans who made the trip all the way up to the northeast just to see their team lose 3-1. A bizarre second goal, but 2 goals from Josh Sargent outside of that. Completely invalidates Charlie Patino's goal. And Bournemouth did have 62% possession, but they did nothing with it. We just sat in, we defended, we allowed them possession in their half, and we took full advantage of the mistakes that Bournemouth made. Really, really good performance. And we'll see what that does to the table. I'm interested to see. Caleb Taylor is out for just 5 days. Let's just get him back to full fitness. That is something that we can handle, though. Unbeaten for 7 games. We're looking stronger and stronger. Unbeaten runs are far more important when they consist of wins rather than draws. So that unbeaten run looking a little bit better now. And let's see what that has done to the table. So Sheffield United, we are just 3 points behind them, but they have the game in hand now. It's been us with the game in hand recently, but Sheffield United now have one. Let's see if we can find their score on the right-hand side here and see what their result was in the most recent run of fixtures. They didn't play, which is why they have their game in hand. So 3 points behind them. They have a game in hand. So obviously they can pull 6 points ahead. If they lose, though, again, we're just 1 win behind. And it is a game against Bournemouth next for Sheffield United. So a massive, massive game there. That could well decide or go a significant way to deciding who gets promoted and who makes the playoffs this season. Bournemouth, Redmont Rangers, then Sheffield United in back-to-back games. We are 8 points behind Bournemouth with the same amount of games played. We are 8 points ahead of... No, we are 11 points ahead of Preston in 7th place. So we've all but secured a playoff place at the very least now this season. 12 games to play and 11 points ahead of 7th place. I think we've secured a playoff place basically. We want an automatic promotion place though. So let's take a look at the calendar and see who we'll be trying to take points from next to secure that. Stoke City away, West Brom at home, and then Bristol City away. So West Brom, a fellow playoff team. That's probably going to be the game that we play in the next one. And we will quick sim the games against Stoke City and against Bristol. So we're into March. The season is dwindling away. Only a couple of months left. Only a handful of games left as we try and catch up to Sheffield United and try and take back one of those automatic promotion places. So we will continue to do that in the next episode. I hope to see you there. Take it easy.